we are going to learn a method called elimination method to solve the given equations. So here what we have to do is, in elimination method, as the name says, we are going to eliminate any one of the variable from both the equation and we are going to find the solution for the other variable, and then by using the value we can substitute in any one of the equation and find the other variable. So let's get started. Here what I have to do is, firstly I have to make the coefficient of any one of the variable, either x or y. Coefficient must be equal in both equation. So here I am taking x. If I want to have the equal coefficient, what I have to do is either multiply or divide by any number. So here I am going to multiply this equation by 2, so that I will be getting 2x here and 2x here. So when both these equations have the same coefficient, then I can subtract these equation and eliminate one of the variable, which is x. So when I multiply this by 2, I am getting 2x plus 2y is equal to 10. Now I will be writing this equation as it is. So now what we have to do is subtract both these equations. So this becomes minus, plus and minus. So 2x gets cancelled. 2 plus 3 is 5y, which is equal to 6. So therefore y is equal to 6 by 5. Now what we have to do is substitute this 6 by 5 in any one of the equation. I am substituting it in the first equation. I am having my first equation as x plus y is equal to 5. So instead of y, I can substitute 6 by 5. Now when this 6 by 5 comes to that side, x will be equal to 5 minus 6 by 5, which is equal to 25 minus 6 by 5. So therefore x is equal to 19 by 5 is the solution. So here x is equal to 19 by 5 and y is equal to 6 by 5 are the solution for this equation. Okay, let's move on to another sum. Here what I have to do is, first I have to simplify this equation in a single line. So I have to take LCM. For 2 and 3 the LCM is 6. So I have to multiply this by 3 and multiply this by 2. So when I multiply accordingly, I will be getting 3x plus 4y divided by 6 equal to minus 1. When I bring this 6 here, I will be getting 3x plus 4y equal to minus 6. Here similarly, when I take LCM, I will be getting 3x minus y by 3 equal to 3. So when I bring this 3 here, I will be getting 3x minus y is equal to 9. So these are the two equations I am getting. Now what I have to do is subtract. I can directly subtract because the coefficient of x is already same. So 3x plus 4y equal to minus 6. Here I am having 3x minus y equal to 9. So when I change the signs, it become minus, plus and minus. So these both get cancelled. 4 plus 1 is 5y, which is equal to minus 15. So y will be equal to minus 15 by 5, which implies y is equal to, I can cancel these both, is minus 3. So what I have to do is substitute this minus 3 in any one of the equation. I am taking the second equation. Here 3x minus y is equal to 9. So instead of y, I can substitute 3x minus minus 3 is equal to 9. So minus into minus is plus. So 3x plus 3 is equal to 9. When I bring this 3 that side, it becomes 9 minus 3, which is 6. So 3x is equal to 6. So x is equal to 6 by 3. When I cancel these both, I am getting x is equal to 2. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to minus 3 are the solutions for these equations. So now let's move on to the next sum. Here it is given, if we add 1 to the numerator and subtract 1 from the denominator, a fraction reduces to 1. It becomes of 1 by 2 if we only add 1 to the denominator. Now we have to find what is the fraction. So we don't know what is the numerator and denominator. So we can consider the numerator as x and the denominator as y. So x by y is the fraction. So here a clue is given as if I add 1 to the numerator and subtract 1 from the denominator, the fraction reduces to 1. So if we solve this, we have to cross multiply it. So when I cross multiply, I am getting x plus y is equal to 1 into y minus 1. So when I bring everything to one side, I will be getting x plus 1 minus y plus 1 equal to 0. So x minus y plus 2 equal to 0. Now next statement states that it becomes 1 by 2 if we add only 1 to the denominator. So keeping the numerator as it is, and if I add 1 to the denominator, the fraction becomes 1 by 2. So when I cross multiply this, I will be getting 2x is equal to y plus 1. So when I bring everything to one side, I am getting 2x minus 1 minus y minus 1 equal to 0. So these two are the equations I am getting. Here we can see that the coefficient of y and y are similar. So we don't need to multiply or divide anything. We can directly subtract both these equations. So x minus y is equal to minus 2 if I bring this to that side. And here I am having 2x minus y is equal to 1. So when this minus 1 goes to that side, it becomes plus 1. So now we are going to change the signs. The plus will become minus, this will become plus, and this will become minus. Here x minus 2x is minus x, minus y plus y gets cancelled, minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. So this minus and this minus gets cancelled, so I am getting x is equal to 3. Now what I have to do is substitute this x is equal to 3 in any one of the equation. Let me substitute in the first equation. So x minus y is equal to minus 2. I know x has 3, so 3 minus y is equal to minus 2. So when I bring that 3 to that side, minus y is equal to minus 2 minus 3, which is minus y is equal to minus 5. This minus minus gets cancelled, so y is equal to 5. So I am getting y as 5. So the fraction must be 3 by 5. Let's move on to next question. The sum of the digits of a 2-digit number is 9. So a 2-digit number we have to find, and the digits when added gives 9. So x plus y is equal to 9. So we can consider it as x and y, the 2 digits. Also 9 times this number is twice the number obtained by reversing the order of the digits. So the general formula for a 2-digit number is 10x plus y. So 9 times this number is equal to twice the number obtained by reversing the order. So it becomes 10y plus x. That is, if I am given a number 19, when I reverse the order, it becomes 91. So this is what they are saying. So why do we put 10x plus y? Because a 2-digit number has ones place and a tens place. So the ones place is this and the tens place is this. So always a 2-digit number, if for example 19, can be represented as 1 into 10 plus 9 into 1. So this is what we are representing it here. Since we don't know what is this 1 and 9, we are substituting it as x and y here. Okay, let's solve this. So when I multiply, it becomes 90x plus 9y, which is equal to 20y plus 2x. When I bring everything to one side, 90x plus 9y minus 20y minus 2x equal to 0. So 90x minus 2x is 88x. 9y minus 20y is minus 11y equal to 0. This we can divide by 11. So we will be ending up with 8x minus y equal to 0. And here we are having x plus y as 9. So since the coefficient of y and y are same, we can directly use the elimination method. So x plus y is equal to 9. Here we don't need to change the signs because already they are in the opposite signs. So 8x plus x is 9x. Minus y plus y gets cancelled. 0 plus 9 is 9. So x is equal to 9 by 9, which implies x is equal to 1. So this I have to substitute in any one of the equation. I'm substituting it in first equation. So x plus y is equal to 9. I know x as 1, so 1 plus y is equal to 9. Y is equal to 9 minus 1. So this plus 1 when goes to that side becomes minus 1. So y is equal to 8. So the number we are finding it is 18. This is the number. Let's move on to next sum. A lending library has a fixed charge for the first 3 days and an additional charge for each day thereafter. So for the first 3 days they will be having a fixed charge, and for the 4th day, 5th day and 6th day they are having some additional charge. So we don't know both the charges. So let us consider the fixed charge as x and the additional charge as y. So now what we are going to do is, Sarita paid rupees 27 for a book kept for 7 days, while Susie paid 21 rupees for the book kept for 5 days. So for 7 days Sarita paid 27. In that, for the first 3 days they are having a fixed charge. So 3 into x, and the remaining days is, so 7 minus 3 is 4. So for the remaining 4 days some additional charge y is there, and totally she had paid 27. Similarly, Susie for 5 days she had paid 21. So for the first 3 some fixed charge, and for the rest 2 days some additional charge, and she had paid 21 rupees. Now since 3x and 3x, so same coefficient, we are going to directly subtract both these equations. So this become minus, minus, minus. So 3x gets cancelled. 4 minus 2 is 2y, which is equal to 27 minus 21 is 6. So y is equal to 6 by 2. So therefore y is equal to 3. Now we have to substitute it in any one of the equation. I am substituting in the second equation. So 3x plus 2y is equal to 21. Here instead of y we have to substitute 3. So 3x 21. 3x plus 6 is equal to 21. 3x is equal to 21 minus 6. 3x is equal to 15. So x is equal to 15 by 3. So x is equal to 5. So therefore the fixed charge x is 5. So the fixed charge is rupees 5 and the additional charge is rupees 3. The substitution method. Okay, what is substitution method? In substitution method, what we will be doing is, we will consider one equation and we will actually find the value of one variable by having another variable in the other side. So by substituting that in the other equation, we will be finding the values of x and y. While we do the sum, you will learn it more properly. Here I am given with two equation, x plus y is equal to 14 and x minus y is equal to 4. Here what I am going to do is, I am going to take this second equation and I am going to bring this y that side. So x will be is equal to 4 plus y. Now what I am going to do is, I am getting x is equal to 4 plus y. I am going to substitute this 4 plus y in the first equation instead of x. So while in the first equation I am having x plus y is equal to 14. So what I am going to do is, instead of x I am going to substitute 4 plus y equal to 14. So y plus y is 2y. When I bring that 4 to that side it becomes minus 4. So 2y is equal to 14 minus 4. So 2y will be equal to 10, which implies y is equal to 10 by 2. So when I cancel these both, I am getting y is equal to 5. Now what I am going to do is substitute this y is equal to 5 here. So x is equal to 4 plus y. Here I am going to substitute y as 5. So x will be equal to 4 plus 5. So x will be equal to 9. So these are the solution for this equation. Let's do another sum. Here what we are going to do is, similarly we are going to consider any one of the equation. Here I am going to consider the first equation, 0.2x plus 0.3y equal to 1.3. So here 0.2x will be equal to 1.3 minus 0.3y. So x will be equal to 1.3 minus 0.3y divided by 0.2. Okay, now we are going to substitute this in the second equation. So I am having second equation as 0.4x plus 0.5y equal to 2.3. Here what we have to do is, instead of x we are going to substitute this. So 0.4 into 1.3 minus 0.3y divided by 0.2 plus 0.5y equal to 2.3. Okay, this both I can cancel and it is 2. So when I multiply this 2 inside, I am getting 2.6 minus 0.6y plus 0.5y equal to 2.3. So when I bring 2.6 to that side, it becomes minus 2.6 minus 0.6y plus 0.5y is nothing but 0.1y, which is equal to 2.3 minus 2.6. So I am getting minus 0.1y, which is equal to 0.3 minus 0.3. This minus and this minus gets cancelled. I am getting y is equal to 0.3 by 0.1. So when we cancel these both, we are getting y is equal to 3. Now what we have to do is substitute this y is equal to 3 in x. So x I know is equal to 1.3 minus 0.3y divided by 0.2. So instead of y, I am going to substitute 1.3 minus 0.3 into 3 divided by 0.2. So here 1.3 minus 0.9 by 0.2. 1.3 minus 0.9 is nothing but 0.4 by 0.2. So when I cancel these both, I am getting 2 as answer. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3 is the solution for this equation. Let's do another equation, solve another equation so that we can understand it more properly. Here I am having root 2x plus root 3y is equal to 0, root 3x minus root 8y is equal to 0. Here I can take the first equation, so root 2x is equal to minus root 3y, because when I bring this to the other side, it becomes negative. So x will be equal to minus root 3 by root 2y. So what I am going to do is substitute this in the second equation. So in the second equation, I am having root 3x minus root 8y equal to 0. So root 3 into, instead of x, I am going to substitute minus root 3 by root 2y minus root 8y equal to 0. So root 3 into root 3 is nothing but 9 minus 9 by root 2 minus root 8 y equal to 0. Here we are going to take LCM. So I have to cross multiply. So minus 9 minus root 2 into root 8 is root 16y equal to 0. Here I will be having root 2, but when I bring it to this side, 0 into root 2 is 0. Sorry, root 3 into root 3 is root 9, which is nothing but minus 3, and root 16 is nothing but 4. Sorry, I have left the y here, equal to 0. So minus 7y will be equal to 0, which implies y is equal to 0. Here we know x is equal to minus root 3 by root 2y. Since we are getting y as 0, therefore x is also equal to 0. So 0, x equal to 0 and y equal to 0 are the solutions for this equation. Okay, let's do another sum. Solve 2x plus 3y equal to 11 and 2x minus 4y equal to minus 24. So by solving these two equations using substitution method, we will find the values of x and y. With that values, we are going to find the value of m by using the equation y is equal to mx plus 3. So what we are going to do is first consider the first equation, 2x plus 3y equal to 11. So here what I have to do is 2x will be equal to 11 minus 3y, and x is equal to 11 minus 3y by 2. So I'm going to substitute this in the second equation. So 2x minus 4y equal to minus 24 is my second equation. Here instead of x I am going to substitute 11 minus 3y by 2 minus 4y equal to minus 24. So here 2 and 2 gets cancelled and I am getting 11 minus 3y minus 4y equal to minus 24. I can bring this 11 to that side, so it becomes minus 11. Minus 3y minus 4y is nothing but minus 7y, which is equal to minus 24 minus 11. So minus 7y is equal to minus 35. Minus minus gets cancelled and y is equal to 35 by 7. So when I cancel these both, I am getting y as 5. Okay. Now with this, we are going to find the value of x. So we know that x is equal to 11 minus 3y by 2. So when I substitute 5 instead of y, I am getting 11 minus 3 into 5 by 2. So which is nothing but 11 minus 15 by 2, which is equal to minus 4 by 2. When I cancel these both, I am getting x as minus 2. So these are x and y values. Now we are going to find the value of m. We know that y is equal to mx plus 3. So instead of y, I am going to substitute 5. M, instead of x, I am going to substitute 2 plus 3. So when this plus 3 goes to that side, it becomes minus 3. So minus 2m. 5 minus 3 is 2 is equal to minus 2m. So therefore 2 by minus 2 is equal to m. So when we cancel these both, we are getting m as minus 1. Let's move on to another sum. A fraction becomes 9 by 11 if 2 is added to the numerator and denominator, and it becomes 5 by 6 if 3 is added to the numerator and denominator. We are going to find the fraction. So we don't know what is the numerator and denominator. So we will consider numerator as x and denominator as y. So x by y is the fraction. When I add 2 to the numerator and denominator, the fraction is 9 by 11. So when we cross multiply this, we are getting x into x plus 11 into x plus 2 is equal to 9 into y plus 2. So by solving this, we are getting 11x plus 22 is equal to 9y plus 18. So when I bring everything to one side, I am getting minus 9y minus 18 equal to 0. So 11x minus 9y plus 22 minus 18 is plus 4 equal to 0, and this is our first equation. Next, when we add 3 to the numerator and denominator, we are getting the fraction as 5 by 6. So when we cross multiply, we are getting 6 into x plus 3, which is equal to 5 into y plus 3. When we bring it inside, it is 6x plus 18, which is equal to 5y plus 15. So when I bring everything to one side, I am getting 6x plus 18 minus 5y minus 15 equal to 0. 6x minus 5y plus 18 minus 15 is nothing but plus 3 equal to 0, and this is our second equation. Now we are going to solve this both equation by using substitution method. Let me consider the second equation. 6x is equal to minus 3 plus 5y. So x will be equal to minus 3 plus 5y divided by 6. I am going to substitute this in the first equation. So 11 into, instead of x I am substituting minus 3 plus 5y by 6 minus 9y plus equal to minus 4. I am bringing this plus 4 to that side. Okay, now when I multiply it inside, I am getting minus 33 plus 55y by 6 minus 9y equal to 4. So when I take LCM, minus 33 plus 55y minus 54y equal to minus 6 4s are 24. Okay, because I am bringing this 6 to that side. Okay, now I'm left out. Okay, now I can bring this minus 33 to that side. 55 minus 54 is nothing but y, which is equal to minus 24 plus 33. So y will be equal to 9. Now I'm going to substitute this y is equal to 9 in the x value. So x is equal to minus 3 plus 5 into y. Instead of y, I'm substituting 9 divided by 6. So which is equal to minus 3 plus 45 divided by 6, which is equal to 42 by 6. When I cancel these both, I'm getting x as 7. So 7 by 9 is the fraction we need. Okay, let's move on to the next question. 5 years hence, the age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. 5 years ago, Jacob's age 7 times that of his son. So, what are their present ages? We have to find the present age of Jacob and his son. So, let us consider the present age of Jacob as x and his son's present age as y. So 5 years hence is 5 years after. So x plus 5 and y plus 5. So he will be 3 times the age of his son. So when we simplify that, x plus 5 is equal to 3y plus 15. So when I bring everything to one side, I'm getting x plus 5 minus 3y minus 15 equal to 0. So x minus 3y minus 10 equal to 0. So x minus 3y is equal to 10 is our first equation. And let's move on to the next statement, which states that 5 years ago. So which means x minus 5 and y minus 5. So he will be 7 times the age of his son. So when we simplify this, we are getting 7 minus 35. So when I bring everything to one side, I'm getting minus 7y plus 35 equal to 0. So x minus 7y plus 30 equal to 0. So x minus 7y will be equal to minus 30, and this is our second equation. Now we are going to solve these both equations by using substitution method. So I'm taking this first equation, which is x minus 3y equal to 10. So x will be equal to 10 plus 3y. I'm going to substitute this in the second equation. So my second equation is x minus 7y is equal to minus 30. So instead of x, I can write 10 plus 3y minus 7y is equal to minus 30. So when I bring 10 to that side, it becomes minus 10. 3y minus 7y is minus 4y, which is equal to minus 30 minus 10. So minus 4y is equal to minus 40. Minus minus gets cancelled, and y is equal to 40 by 4, which is 10. So y is equal to 10. I'm going to substitute this in the x. So x, I know it as x is equal to 10 plus 3y. So instead of y, I'm going to substitute 10. So 3 into 10, which is equal to 10 plus 30. So therefore x is equal to 40. So which means that the present age of Jacob is 40 and present age of his son is 10 years. We are going to learn a method called cross multiplication method. First, initially what we have to do is check whether the equation has a unique solution or not. Because for infinitely many solutions or no solutions, we cannot apply this method to find the solution. Only when the two equations have a unique solution, we can use various methods to find the x and y values. Okay, let's start. First, initially what we have to do is check whether the given two equations have unique or infinitely or no solutions. For that, let us consider a1 as 1, b1 is minus 3 and c1 is minus 3. Then a2 is 3, b2 is minus 9, c2 is minus 2. Next, what we have to do is check the values of a1 by a2 is 1 by 3, b1 by b2 is minus 3 by minus 9. So minus minus gets cancelled and 3 and 9 gets cancelled and we get 1 by 3. C1 by C2 is equal to minus 3 by 2, minus 3 by minus 2. So minus minus gets cancelled and we getting 3 by 2. here you can see that A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 but is not equal to C1 by C2. So this equation has no solution. So therefore we cannot apply the cross multiplication method. Let's move on to next question. Here we are going to check whether the equations have what kind of solution. So A1 is 2, B1 is 1, C1 is 5. A1 is equal to 3, sorry, A2 is equal to 3, B2 is equal to 2, C2 is equal to 8. Now let's check. A1 by A2 is equal to 2 by 3. B1 by B2 is equal to 1 by 2. C1 by C2 is equal to 5 by 8. Here you can see that A1 by A2 is not equal to B1 by B2, which is in turn not equal to C1 by C2. Therefore, the solutions have, therefore the equations have unique solution. So now here we can use the cross multiplication method. To use the cross multiplication method, we have to bring everything to one side. So the equation is changed as 2x plus y minus 5 equal to 0. And then 3x plus 2y minus 8 equal to 0. Now we are going to apply the method. What we have to do is, we have to write the coefficients of y first. So 1, 2. Then the constant terms minus 5, minus 8. And then the x terms 2, 3. And then again the coefficient of y 1, 2. So here x, y, 1. Okay. Now what we have to do is x divided by, we have to multiply these two first. Minus 8 into 1 is minus 8 minus, and then these two terms. 2 into minus 5 is minus 10, which is equal to y by 3 into minus 5 is minus 15 minus 8 into 2 is minus 16, which is equal to 1 divided by 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 1 is 3, so minus 3. Now we have to simplify this. X by minus 8, minus into minus is plus, so minus 8 plus 10 is 2. Y divided by minus 15 plus 16 is 1 equal to 1 by 4 minus 3 is 1, so 1 by 1. Now what we have to do is, to find the x and y values, we have to equate it to this fraction. So x by 2 is equal to 1 by 1. When we cross multiply, we are getting x is equal to 2. Similarly, we are going to equate these both. So y by 1 is equal to 1 by 1. So when we cross multiply, we are getting y is equal to 1. So therefore, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 are the solutions for this equation. Now let's move on to next question. Here, for what values of a and b does the equations have infinite number of solution? We have to find the values of a and b such that this both equations have infinitely many number of solutions. We know that to have an infinitely many number of solution, a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2, which should be equal to c1 by c2. When this condition is satisfied, then both equations will be having infinitely many number of solutions. So let's check what are a1, a2 here. So a1 is 2, b1 is 3 and c1 is 7. a2 is equal to a minus b, b2 is equal to a plus b, and c2 is equal to 3a plus b minus 2. Now what we have to do is equate a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2 and then form an equation, and then b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So using this we will form another equation and solve the both equations to find a and b values. So first we have to do is equate a1 by a2 equal to b1 by b2. So 2 divided by a minus b is equal to 3 divided by a plus b. So when we cross multiply this, we are getting a plus b into 2 is equal to 3 into a minus b. So 2a plus 2b is equal to 3a minus 3b. So when we take everything to one side, we are getting 3a minus 3b minus 2a minus 2b. So 3a minus 2a is a, 3b minus 3b minus 2b is minus 5b. So this is our first equation. That is a minus 5b equal to 0 is our first equation. Then we have to move on to b1 by b2 equal to c1 by c2. So b1 by b2 is nothing but 3 by a plus b, and c1 by c2 is 7 by 3a plus b minus 2. So when we cross multiply, we are getting 3 into 3a plus b minus 2, which is equal to 7 into a plus b. Here when we multiply it inside, 9a plus 3b minus 6 is equal to 7a plus 7b. So when we bring everything to one side, 9a plus 3b minus 6 minus 7a minus 7b equal to 0. So 9a minus 7a is 2a plus 3b minus 3b is minus 4b and minus 6 equal to 0. This is our second equation. Let us solve these equations by using cross multiplication method. So what we have to do is write first the coefficients of b term. So minus 5 minus 4, and then constants. Here it is 0 and here it is minus 6, and then the a coefficient of a, so 1 2, and then again b coefficient of b minus 5 and minus 4. So this is going to be our a, this is going to be our b, and this is 1. So a divided by minus 6 minus 5 is plus 30 minus 0, which is equal to b by 2 into 0 is 0 minus 6 into 1 is minus 6 equal to 1 by minus 4 minus 2 into minus 5 is minus 10. So a by 30 equal to b by 6 equal to 1 by minus 4 plus 10 is plus 6. So to get the values of a, what we have to do is a by 30 is equal to 1 by 6. So when we cross multiply, we are getting a is equal to 5. Similarly, when we equate these both terms, we are getting b is equal to 1. So a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 1 are the solutions, so that both equations get infinitely many number of solutions. Let's move on to next question. A part of monthly hostel charge is fixed and the remaining depends on the number of days they take the food. Student A actually takes the food for 20 days and she pays 1000 rupees. Then student B takes food for 26 days and pays 1180 rupees as the hostel charges. So we have to find what is the fixed charge and the food per day cost. Okay, let's consider fixed charge as X and cost per day for food as y. So now what we have to do is consider this A student. She takes food for 20 days. So some fixed charge plus 20 days into cost of the food, she had paid totally 1000 rupees. So this is our equation 1. Similarly, student B pays some fixed charge plus 26 days into the cost of food per day. She has to pay totally 1180 rupees. Now we are going to use cross multiplication method. So here what we'll do is write the coefficient of y, and then actually we have to bring everything to one side. So this becomes minus and this becomes minus. So minus 1000 minus 180 and then coefficient of x and then again 20, 26. So x, y and 1. Now x divided by 20 into minus 1180. So 1180 into 20 0 0 0 0 16 3 2. So 0 0 6 3 2. So 23600 minus 26 into, so minus into minus will become plus, so 26000. Next is minus 23, okay. Then y divided by minus 1000 plus, because minus into minus is plus, already we are having a minus here, and here the answer is also minus, so minus into minus plus 1180 equal to 1 divided by 26 minus 20. Now when we solve x is so we have to subtract these both terms, so 23600 5 10, so 4 2, so 2400 equal to y by 180 equal to 1 by 6. So now what we are going to do is equate and find x. X by 2400 is equal to 1 by 6. So x is equal to 2400 by 6. When we cancel these both, we are getting 400. Then y is equal, y by 180 is equal to 1 by 6. So y is equal to 180 by 6. So y is equal to 30. So therefore the fixed charges x is equal to 400 rupees and the cost per day is 30 rupees. Let's move on to next question. Place A and B are 100 km apart on a highway. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. That is, if they travel in the opposite direction, they will be meeting in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the car? So we don't know what are the speeds. So let us consider the speed of car A as x and speed of car B as y. Same direction. If they travel in same direction, then we have to subtract the speeds. If they travel in different direction, we have to add their speeds. Also, we need to know the formula. Distance is equal to speed into time taken. So this is the basic formulas we need to know to solve this equation. Here they are telling that A and B are 100 meter apart. If the cars travel in the same direction, they will meet in 5 hours. So the distance is 100 kilometer. We don't know what are their speeds. If they are traveling in the same direction, then we have to subtract their speed and then they will be meeting in 5 hours. So the time taken is 5. So here I can bring this 5 this side. So x minus y, when I cancel, I am getting x minus y is equal to 20. So x minus y minus 20 equal to 0 is my first equation. Next, what we have to do is, the distance is 100 kilometers. The speed is x plus y when it is in when they are towards each other, that is traveling opposite direction, and they meet in 1 hour, so into 1. So x plus y minus 100 equal to 0 is my second equation. Now we have to solve both these equations by cross multiplication method. So 1 minus 1, this minus 1, 1, and then minus 20 minus 100, and then 1, 1, minus 1, 1. So this is x, y, 1. So x divided by 100, minus 100 into minus 1 is 100, minus into minus 20 equal to y divided by minus 20 minus 100 equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 1. So this is x by 120, this is y by 80, this is 1 by 2. So x by 120 is equal to 1 by 2, which implies x is equal to 120 by 2. So which implies x is equal to 60 km per hour. And y by 80 is equal to 1 by 2, which implies y is equal to 80 by 2, which implies y is equal to 40 km per hour. So the speed of car A is 60 km per hour and speed of car B is 40 km per hour.